I come to LA for, a couple times, I go with her to do her shows or whatever. We just hanging around each other, talking about ideas. Time in LA, I'm chilling. I'm minding my motherfucking fucking business. She come in the room. I'm like, all right, I'm coming in the room. She gonna tell me, when we around each other, I want you to be my man. But when you go home, you can do what you want. And I was stunned. I didn't know what to fucking do. What the fuck do I say? I'm here for business. I don't even know shorty like that. I'm here for business. I don't even know shorty like that. I'm trying to be as respectful as I can. Because literally, I'm just here to work with you.
Y'all think this shit really make me feel like a man? Like, I feel good about airing women's business out? I feel like a clown. It's out of frustration. This is out of my back being pushed against the wall over when I've only done right. When I've only done right.
Girl, it's high time we admit that Lil Kim is both a legend and, sometimes, a certified bird. Because for a woman known for her talent, beauty, and undeniable influence, she seems absolutely addicted to choosing the wrong men. And now, it's being claimed that she has gone ahead and married her 25-year-old boyfriend, Tay Brown. Based on what's reportedly being exposed, Kim may have intentionally chosen to marry a much younger man this time around. And the reason behind that decision? Well, according to the claims, it's far more sinister than anyone could have imagined.
If you know Kim will hold a grudge. She take a grudge to
That's
the
what it
grave.
is?
Yeah, she take it to the grave.
Once again, nobody is denying that Lil Kim left a massive footprint on hip-hop and remains a living legend. But let's be honest, when it comes to her love life, things have always been messy. You could call her a hopeless romantic, or you could say she has a magnet for troubled men, because so many of her most public relationships have ended up being complicated or toxic. I mean, y'all remember the whole situation with Biggie? Lil Kim was with him for roughly 4 years, from the moment she entered the rap industry until his tragic death in 1997. And while the two created great music together, their relationship was anything but peaceful. Biggie never publicly acknowledged her as his girlfriend, and Kim was largely viewed as being his side chick. She has also spoken about feeling that her darker complexion played a role in how she was treated, especially because Biggie was often seen publicly with lighter-skinned women. Kim has also opened up about relationships with other men, including Damian Hardy, Sean Powell, Mayo, and even Ray J, describing experiences that were rocky and left her feeling unwanted. At different points, she seemed to struggle with the idea that she could truly thrive or build a successful career without having a man beside her. And then there was the issue of her self-esteem, which reportedly went back to her childhood and her father frequently criticizing her appearance. Those experiences contributed to Kim believing that she was unattractive and would never be good enough. So, it's no secret that Lil Kim has been through hell and back when it comes to romance. But things really took another turn when she started stepping outside her usual age range and dating younger men. It reportedly began with her baby daddy, Jeremy Neal, also known as Mr. Papers, who is several years younger than Kim and the father of her daughter, Royal Reign. At the time, the age difference seemed relatively modest, especially by Hollywood standards, so most fans didn't think much of it. But since then, Lil Kim has seemingly continued going younger and younger. Child, at one point, she was being linked to men more than 20 years younger than her, with some reportedly being closer in age to her daughter than to Kim herself. And let's be real. If a male celebrity were treating a much younger woman the same way Kim is allegedly treating her current boyfriend and husband, Tay Brown, people would absolutely be dragging him online. When Lil Kim first introduced Tay Brown to the public, however, he wasn't presented as her boyfriend at all. During a 2022 Rhapsody segment, Kim introduced Tay as one of her new artists signed to Queen Bee Entertainment. At the time, the story was that they were working together professionally and preparing to release new music, with no obvious indication that their relationship was about to become something much more personal.
Man, I'm a student of the game for real, so Kim is a legend automatically. So I got that call, I was just like,
Oh man.
yeah.
I feel like I'm blessed.
And
when
when
they
they
did-
finally dropped new music together in 2024, it wasn't exactly difficult to notice that these two seemed to have more than just a professional relationship. In the music video for their song Love For You, they looked completely loved up, and even the song itself appeared to carry a much deeper undertone. During the promotion for the track, Lil Kim also spoke highly of Tae's creativity. But then she made a comment that left a lot of people scratching their heads. Kim explained that, during the time she had known Tae, she had come to see him almost like an older brother or even a father figure. She basically said, "Obviously, I'm a little older than him, but he's like my big brother, my father. I really listen when he speaks because he's going to say something very important." Now, I don't know about y'all, but something about that dynamic sounds seriously strange. Because what do you mean a woman in her 50s is sitting there describing a man in his 20s as her big brother or father figure? The whole point of Tae signing with someone like Lil Kim was supposedly for him to receive guidance, learn from her experience, and develop his career under her mentorship. So if the roles were suddenly reversed, that raises some serious questions about who is actually guiding whom. And considering Kim was the established artist, and Tae was the younger artist signed under her label, the power dynamic was already complicated enough. But before Tae could seemingly get too far away from the situation, Kim had already made it clear that their relationship had become romantic. She officially confirmed they were dating in a post where she described their bond as being perfectly matched and completely organic. She even said she believed God had brought them together and claimed that Tae played a major role in both her personal life and her career. Kim also credited him with being part of the reason the Beehive was getting new music, saying they figured things out together, communicated almost without words, and were constantly on the same page. Girl, that was already a lot to take in. But Kim didn't stop there. She went on to describe how strange it was that they had become so close because, according to her, it happened completely out of nowhere. She said she was proud of what they were building together and, most importantly, proud of the unconditional love they shared. She even called Tae a sweet gangster and professed her love for him. And that's where things started getting even more complicated. Because according to the claims surrounding their relationship, the idea that this was simply some perfectly natural romance raises questions when you consider that Tae was only in his 20s and was also signed to Kim's entertainment label. Kim had significant influence over his career, including the projects he worked on and the direction his music could take. That power imbalance made the relationship look uncomfortable to some observers. It even reminded people of those early celebrity relationships where romance and business became so intertwined that separating the two was almost impossible. And if Tay ever believed he had complete control over how the relationship would develop, or that walking away would be easy, the situation reportedly became much more complicated. Less than a year after Kim publicly declared her lessons, she reportedly took to Instagram and put their situation on blast. Apparently, he had welcomed a child with another woman, and when Kim allegedly found out, she was far from pleased. According to T's side of the story, he believed the romance between them was largely part of a PR strategy designed to promote him and his music. He maintained that he had always treated Kim professionally and respectfully. He also acknowledged that Kim had spent money supporting him, but claimed she didn't want to make music or taking on certain projects unless she was the one following them. Shots. They further claimed that even during the moment when Kim allegedly spoke to him disrespectfully or said things that crossed the line, he never retaliated. Instead, he said he continued defending her, supporting her, and encouraging her. And if his version of events is accurate, that paints a very different picture of what was really happening behind the scenes.
What despicable reason why you mad at me? And I came out with a beautiful blessing, baby boy. Mind you, it's supposed to be about business. Everything's supposed to be about business. We're supposed to admire each other as artists, right? And this the reason. And this the reason why you mad at me, bro. Cause I came out with a beautiful blessing, baby boy. Huh? Do all of that to me? Mind you, there's some shit I'd never say to Kim because there's a line I won't cross. I'll be honest, but I'll never cross that line. You known her for years. For years. Ain't never said shit. Y'all despicable. Don't come in my DMs with this dumb ass. Y'all despicable.
But Lil Kim clearly didn't see the situation the same way. And if Tay knew anything about Kim's history, he would understand why this reportedly hit such a nerve. She had already experienced a man getting married while involved with her, going through a divorce, and then having another girlfriend. So, according to the claims being made, There was no chance she was going to simply sit back and let another man have a baby with someone else without reaction. And that's when the situation allegedly turned into a serious power struggle. Kim reportedly used the ultimate power move by blocking or stopping any music Tay attempted to release. Suddenly, he was allegedly shut out of important conversations about his own career and had little say in what happened next. Since he was reportedly still under contract with her, Kim also allegedly had his recent music removed from streaming platforms, making it even harder for him to move forward independently. Whenever Tay reportedly tried to speak with Kim about what was happening, he was allegedly met with the same response from her team. This was the consequence of thinking he was bigger than the program and choosing to go against the agreement they had made. In other words, according to his account, the message was clear: he had crossed a line, and Kim was making sure he understood who still had control over his career. The whole situation reportedly left Tay with very few options and even less control over his own future.
I'm not saying I was afraid to say no to the dating shit. I'm saying I was afraid to say no to the extra fun shit you want to be talking about. Like, we just had fun. I was afraid to say no to that. Because I know how women are to rejection. And I just didn't see a harm in it. I didn't see a harm if we just having fun. You know, I'll take this on the chin. Like, if we just having fun, then, you know, I didn't see the harm in it. Now, if I would have said yes to the dating and then just turned around and switched, then yeah, that's me fucking up. That's me using somebody. Absolutely. But I figured the fun shit was just like, okay, you know, ain't no feeling. You know, I should have known. Still took this long for me to motherfucking understand the manipulation. Let me break it down. I'm the one manipulating when you gonna call me to work, knowing I was down on my dick, lost my mother, was trying to figure out my way of life, and you gonna try to make a move on me the first weekend we met? I'm the one that's manipulative. Yeah, I lost some confidence. So yeah, I didn't know how to just say no. So maybe I did in a way lead her on in that way. But she knows what I said. She knows what I said. First night in LA, what I say? I said, I can't, this can't go much farther than this. She's like, all right, okay. We'll just have fun. In reality, I didn't even want to take it there anyway. But I didn't know what else to fucking do. I'm gonna be honest.
Mind you, Kim reportedly still controlled around 65% of the royalties connected to the music Tay was releasing. So, technically, she stood to benefit significantly if his music performed well and generated money. But girl, Kim didn't learn the art of keeping a man in check for nothing. Instead of simply making money alongside Tay, the claims suggest she was more interested in backing him into a corner and making sure he understood exactly who had the power. And the biggest problem for Tay was that he allegedly had very few options. With his career tied to Kim and his contract still in place, walking away reportedly wasn't as simple as just saying, "I'm done." Eventually, he appeared to give in. He didn't just return to being Kim's boyfriend either. Tay reportedly made a very public apology, admitting that he had overreacted and expressing that he wanted Kim back. But if he wanted to prove that he was genuinely committed this time, apparently words weren't enough. Tay took things a massive step further by getting a huge tattoo of Kim's name. And girl, that is definitely one way to make a relationship permanent, or at least make it look that way. Kim has also posted clips of the two of them together, showing them looking completely loved up and seemingly happier than ever. But considering everything that allegedly happened before this point, it leaves one major question hanging in the air. Was Tay really choosing to come back, or did he simply feel like he had nowhere else to go?
I fucked up. Terribly. You know, I want my baby back, man. I want my girl back. And it's gonna take some effort, but you know, that's what I have to do. That's what I have to do.
It's giving hostage situation. Until his contract is up for renewal, Tay reportedly has to play ball or risk losing his entire career all over again. And according to the reports surrounding them, Things may be even more complicated now because Lil Kim is allegedly doing everything in her power to make sure he can't simply walk away. We already know that Kim has publicly dealt with struggles surrounding her self-esteem, and having a young 25-year-old man allegedly show her that he wasn't interested in her romantically may have been the last thing her ego needed, especially while she was publicly expressing love and affection for him online. That kind of situation can create an entirely different level of tension behind closed doors. Now, word on the street is that the two have officially tied the knot. If those reports are accurate, their relationship has become even more serious, raising questions about what Tay's future looks like personally and professionally. And if the previous allegations about their dynamic are true, fans are left wondering whether he can genuinely make his own decisions without Kim's approval. As much as her fans may still want to defend and support her, even die-hard Lil Kim supporters have to admit that some of the allegations surrounding this relationship are deeply concerning. Critics have even compared the alleged power dynamic to the kind of control seen in other high-profile celebrity relationships, particularly those where romance, money, and career opportunities become completely intertwined. Because if Kim is allegedly using her influence over Tay's career to keep him close, then the issue goes far beyond their age difference. It becomes a question of power. If one person controls the music, finances, opportunities, and professional future while also being romantically involved with the other person, how much freedom does that younger partner really have? And if the claims are accurate, Kim could be creating the very kind of environment that she herself experienced as a young woman trying to navigate the music industry. The difference now is that she's allegedly the one holding the power. So, if Tay eventually finds the confidence to speak openly about what happened between them, let's hope people judge the situation based on the actions involved, not simply on whether the person accused is a man or a woman. Accountability should apply equally, regardless of who holds the power. But what do you guys think? Are Lil Kim and Tay simply two adults who fell in love and decided to get married? Or has Kim taken this relationship way too far? Sound off in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later, baddies.